Hello and welcome to the Sarcasm Gaming YouTube channel. This is Community Cast number 26 and I am your host, the vocal terrorist Jesse Rain. This is the last Wings of Liberty replay I'm doing. If you didn't watch the previous one, let me just explain it. If I haven't casted the Wings of Liberty replay you sent me, it's because it was from the previous update version of StarCraft 2, and anytime I try to open that, it crashes completely and will not let me play it. So I am just giving up on Wings of Liberty now after this last replay. Something you'll note if you watch my last video was everything was wrong, because although it's added in the HOTS UI stuff, I didn't realise it had also added in the HOTS overlay, which is a totally different size and shape to the Wings of Liberty overlay. User interface rather. So I've got myself my HOTS overlay up, so everything looks nicer now. It's in the lovely Sarcasm Gaming colours of light blue. And once again, we're going to see Betamaxx's Wolfy play up against a Zerg surfing alien, which is a great name, by the way. So this should be fun. This is our last Wings of Liberty replay, and we should have a laugh with it. We should enjoy ourselves. For those of you who want to find more from me, I don't just do stuff within the Sarcasm Gaming YouTube. I also do stuff for youtube.com/Vocta Gaming. You can see the Vocta part in the bottom right hand, just above Sarcasm Gaming. You can't see the gaming part because I hid it behind the overlay because it looks prettier that way, damn it. So Wolfy's going to be going forward, fast, expand. Hopefully Nexus first, given the amount of minerals he's built up. Well, perhaps not even that. He just wants to leave this probe here. He's like, I'm not going to build anything. I think he just wanted to make sure there was no pull up before throwing that Nexus down, which is a very clever thing to do. But yep, you can also find me on twitch.tv/Vocta Gaming, where every Monday, Wednesday and Friday night from 11 PM-ish GMT. I say ish because sometimes I'm still working at 11 PM, like tonight, where I'll probably still be casting the Gold Platinum at 11:30. But nonetheless, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday night, I stream for a minimum of 2 hours. Different and various games. Monday I did Torchlight 2, tonight might be Torchlight 2, it might be Warframe depending on who's around, might even be Dota, you never know. Probably not going to be StarCraft though, because I'm still taking a semi-break from playing until Heart of the Swarm officially releases. Nice hatch block here on the 3rd by Wolfy with that pylon. And of course, this Friday I start the Pokemon Playthrough 2013, a Pokemon marathon where I play through a different generation of Pokemon each month. So in March it will be Fire Red on the Game Boy Advance. I'm not playing the original Game Boy Red because holy crap, it looks terrible. And there's just a ton of nice updates in Fire Red. Just everything plays that little bit better. So I'll be doing that one. And then probably, well, stick around and you'll see the rest as they come out. But definitely worth checking out. The people who watch tell me they do enjoy it. I'm a very entertaining clown, and I do my best to keep people happy. So this forward fast expander is going up. It's the safe way with the cannon hidden and the pylon behind. Neither the cannon nor the pylon should be at any point part of the wall. Interesting going for the ramp block. Lots of players doing this now. I remember back in the day we used to just block across here. Pylon like here, forge, gateway, cannon, and then another pylon over here, or like behind here to stop runarounds behind there. So they had to come through this worker line, and then you could take them down with whatevs. But a lot of players now going for the pylon assisted cybercore full-on block here, which is still very effective. It's not something that's going to be broken easily. This pylon finally falls to the first 4 links, so if he so chooses, Surfing Alien should be able to go across and take his 3rd base. Good stuff. Like I was saying in my previous video, and it's something that bears repeating, since Wolfy joined Betamaxx, the improvement I have seen in him has been incredible. Not just in his play, but in his demeanour. Wolfy is one of those players who gets very, very tilted. If he starts to lose or if things start to go against him, he does not cope very well with it, and that's a big problem for him. And since he's been on Betamaxx, I'm seeing him become calmer, more rational about these things, and we're seeing the results in his play. So the cancel is forced there on the 3rd, which isn't surprising. It's something you try and throw out, but if you can't, you don't mourn the loss too badly. You don't expect that to finish. You put that out and hope your opponent is really bad at scouting. But as it is, I mean, it's going to be 2 base versus 2 base because Surfing Alien has still not gone and taken that third yet. He's getting speed up in a lair. Right now we've got 4 gases as well, so this could be almost anything. Now here comes the Zealot. Bam, bam, bam. Goodbye, Zerglings. Running that Zealot to try and avoid taking any HP damage. Does take a small amount, but it's not going to be a big deal in the grand scheme of things. And that's important. We don't want bad things to happen to the players we love. So Wolfy again cutting probes at this point. He has a habit of doing this. It's 16 in the main and 12 at the natural. He starts to cut probes. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a much bigger fan of getting full saturation as fast as possible. But Wolfy wants this third base up. He wants it done. Oh, wow. Baneling Roach, man. Is he going to go for a bust on a wall like this with... well, what should be Immortals coming out fairly shortly? You'll have an Observer here, along with the Cannon as a detector in case the Roaches have Burrow. 4 gates going down in the main. This Overlord can see 2 of them. Not all 4, though. This Sentry needs to get the other side of that Zealot, otherwise that will actually die. 3rd now going down for Surfing Alien, but it's incredibly late. I can't tell you how late that is. Still 55 drones to 35 SCVs, and a Spire on the way as well. Baneling speed coming out, so this is interesting. This is a lot of gas being sunk into a lot of different things because, well, the Banelings and the Baneling research are going to cost gas. The Spire is going to cost gas. The Muters that come out of it are going to cost gas. He's trying to get upgrades. He wants melee attacks, which is more Ling style than Roach style, which again is gas. Roaches are gas, especially with the movement speed. So he needs this third base, and he needs the gases from it, more importantly. I mean, he's got a decent bank of gas, but once he starts producing these Roaches or Muters or whatever it is he decides he wants, then it's going to be a problem for him. Twilight Council already on the way from Wolfy, so he can theoretically have Blink by the time any Muters really start showing up and doing damage because of how delayed Surfing Alien is on that front. Here they come. Excuse me. We've got 7 coming out right now. I managed to nearly knock my headphones off of my head due to a wonderfully timed wrist, I guess spasm is the word. I'm still having muscle problems in my wrist. I will be doing yoga shortly after this cast in an attempt to help fix that because I do love me some yoga. Infestation Pit coming down from Surfing Alien. Okay, so Surfing Alien's plan is to get some Muters out and then to go all the tech ever. That is genuinely what seems to be the plan here. Meanwhile, Wolfy's up on 3 bases, but right now it's the 3 bases he doesn't need because he's only got 15 workers in the main, 18 in the natural, and 3 at this base. So right now this Nexus has not paid for itself, and it will not. Because, well, these workers are going to die, and because these Muters are going to kill them. Here they go. Stalker's coming in. Blink is not done yet. I imagine it's being chrono boosted. He's trying to chrono boost out workers off of this. I'm not entirely sure if that was intentional or if it just came in just a second before the attack. Yeah, Chrono Boost not currently going down on the Twilight Council, which it should be doing. He's going to absolutely want Blink up against these Muters. We do have +2 ground weapons on the way, though. We haven't had any defense. He wants to focus on being able to take those Muters down as fast as possible with the Stalkers, which is a wise move. But now we've got Roaches on the way, but the Roaches are, again, very delayed. I mean, at this point, you should have already a ton of Roaches out. If you're really going for a fully committed Roach attack, the Blink will help against them. You can blink your individually damaged Stalkers back and keep them alive and doing DPS for longer. And we're going to have a Templar Archives on the way. I imagine he's going to go straight into Archons, because High Templars not as effective against Zerg anymore. Of course, keeping a few around for feedbacks on Infestors is really nice once you start to see Infestors out. But otherwise, Psystorm doesn't really do the damage because Muters can get out of the way of it quick enough, Speedlings can get out of it quick enough, and the Roach is out quite heavily tanky. So here comes some Banelings now, which don't know if that's the best idea. I guess it'll help against the Zealots. And what do we have? Okay, we do have Psystorm coming, so he is planning on at least keeping a few around for Psystorms. Perhaps just a reflex, but we'll wait and see what Wolfy does with it. There's still a lot to be explored with High Templars versus Zerg, for me anyway. Because I admit I haven't done much exploring of it. I've mostly gone Zealot Archon, going straight into the Archon, hitting a nice timing, and really just killing them as fast as possible. We've got Zerg missile attacks on the way, that's the Roach attack upgrade. Pathogen Glands, the starting energy for the Infestors. We've got Zerg Ground Carapace level 1, and a Great Aspire, so Broodlords on the horizon. Wow, managed to yawn and click my jaw at the same time. Woo, Sitala Pram! Dear God, how I love medicine, and how it totally helps forever. Once again, I would just apologise for any amount of yawning and things that go on during this. It's not that I'm bored, it's not even that I'm tired. Because I'm not. I sleep a ton. The problem is, I'm taking medication that it takes the body a long time to adjust to. It gives me muscle tension, and it causes me to yawn an awful lot, which is not that handy when you are a semi-professional talker. It really, really does undercut the amount of work I do. But no worries, I will continue to do the work because I love it, and I love you guys here at Sarcasm Gaming. It's just a ton of fun to be doing this. I like this, by the way, from Wolfy. Just a full wall off of these gates. It's going to stop any annoying Ling harasses or run-bys. Now we've got the High Templars coming out, and the Storm will be more effective because units will be funneled up against these gateways, and he'll be able to storm them as they try and take the gateways down. So I really like that from Wolfy. It's very defensive. Fleet Beacon on the way. Of course, he's going to want a mothership for the late game PvZ. Taking PvZ to late game is very risky. There's a lot of advantages the Zerg has. It really comes down to the to the individual player control. We've got Broodlords now being morphed, a few already morphed, Infestors being produced, and then we'll start with the energy to fungal. I like this again. There's some really good bits of play here from Wolfy. Defending with cannons in the right direction because he knows they can't just sneak past here. They'll still be caught in the range of these cannons. Keeping an observer here to watch for the muters coming in from that side. This is really, really good. Even a few cannons here and one here just to help defend. Because when you've got this kind of disposable bank, do it. Build some static defense. Build yourself more production structures. Set yourself up for the future. That is the way to play StarCraft 2, according to the vocal terrorist. And that's me. And you should listen to me because, as everyone knows, I'm an intelligent, handsome person who smells incredibly nice. So the thing for Wolfy here is he's going to be stuck on 3 bases. It's going to be almost impossible for him to take this gold base that Surfing Alien already has, and that is going to be a problem in the future because Wolfy will start to run out of money. He will start to mine out, as we see. The minerals are already going from the main base. They're already going from the natural. He's only going to have this 3rd base left at anywhere near full capacity, and so the Zerg can afford to throw units away against Wolfy because eventually Surfing Alien will remake a group of units where he will remax and Wolfy will not be able to. So Wolfy's going to have to win a decisive engagement and at least either kill the Zerg outright or damage him to the point where he can take a base like this and this perhaps. Instead, Surfing Alien, though, going to expand all across the bottom half of this map. He is not worried. Surfing Alien right now does not want to move in against here. There is a mothership, and of course Vortex still works the Wings of Liberty way, because we're still in Wings of Liberty. Which means all these delicious Broodlords will get sucked in, and then they'll be killed by Archons. Ow. So, Mothership is not quite at the Vortex energy yet. It's got 23 energy to go. Once it hits that, I'm thinking that's got to be the time for Wolfy to move out. He's maxed. He's defended at home. He's got plenty of pylons up, so he's not going to lose stuff. He's using a ton of static defense, so there's no kind of counter-attacks or run-bys. Wow, how fast do overseers move nowadays? Bam, one goes down. Another will fall. And I mean, Surfing Alien's now got a good idea of what he's up against. Interestingly enough, no Colossus. You normally see a few Colossus with an army like this, but none of that from Wolfy. The Corruptors, of course, will still be very useful because they will be able to kill this mothership down. And if they can do that and either force a vortex or kill it before a vortex, then Surfing Alien is going to win this engagement. It's as simple as that. That's how pivotal this one key is. So now really it's just a case of when does Wolfy move out? Is he trying to put down a base? That would be really funny. Wolfy, it looks like, is actually just scouting, but I'd love to see him just throw a Nexus down here and see if he can get away with it. Look at this income, by the way, from the Zerg. Over 10k minerals just sat around because, well, he's maxed. He's just getting every upgrade he can think of at this point. Flyer attacks level 1, adrenal glands, ventral sacs, ground carapace level 2, melee attacks level 3, and neural parasite. Now that's something we've not seen before. Unfortunately, this will have to be cancelled. Unlucky there, Wolfy. Nice try, but Surfing Alien was watching you. So yeah, neural parasite. You can neural parasite the mothership and either control it back to your unit and kill it, or even just cast your vortex on the Protoss army. So then, even if you don't kill him there and then, he doesn't have the energy for vortex anymore, and you're just going to be in a great position. There's a lot of advantages Zerg have late game versus Protoss, which is why so many Protoss are still doing those Immortal Sentry all-ins, trying to finish the game in the mid-game. It's why I continually do these Charge Lot Archon all-ins. Now look at this, Wolfy just trying to throw away probes, trying to free up supply, and even manages to force him to waste some Banelings, which is kind of hilarious. This of course means every probe killed is another supply opened up, which can be army instead. Wolfy's going to get shields level 2 and ground armor level 2. They're the only options left open to him. He already has plus 3 weapons. Not even a Robo Bay. Like, there is no indication that he wants to go Colossus. He's got a ton of probes here that he can do nothing with. Because this base is already pretty much saturated. He could send them over here actually. This is missing 14 workers. So he could do with just grabbing them and sending them over there. Ah, looks like perhaps they are on their way. One would hope. More gateways going down. Wolfy trying to get to a point where he can remax as fast as the Zerg. That is the ideal situation. We've got a second Spire going down. We've even got a Hydralisk Den, just in case he might want Hydras. Both these players are just going hey, let's just not rush anything. Let's get everything we can possibly get and then we'll fight. The reason you get the second Spire is twofold. One, you can then get double upgrades, of course. And two, you then also protect yourself. If just a Warp Prism flies in here with a couple of Zealots and kills this dead, it's okay. You've got another one. It's a lot harder for Protoss to just snipe you like that. And that's good play from a Zerg player. There's a ton of advantages in doing something like that. Now he needs to be careful with this mothership. Doesn't want to lose it too early, and now it gets neural parasited. Throws down one vortex. Yeah, there goes another. So no energy left for vortexes, which is really, really bad for Wolfy. Good Psystorms though. Look at this. Psystorms going down on absolutely everything. The Zerg totally clumped up over it. The problem is the Zerg has a huge amount of army here. Look at all these Stalkers coming back in, and now the Archon Stalkers and Zealots are back. Fungal's going down absolutely everywhere. The Stalkers, though, push their way out. They blink underneath the Broodlords. The Broodlords are disappearing. Just getting rid of the Vortexes wasn't enough. Surfing Alien did not have the army to take down Wolfy. Incredible stuff. Wolfy has won that engagement, and now Wolfy has the run of the map. 33 Hydras coming out, 3 Mutas coming out. What do we already have on the field? We have 1 Corruptor and 7 Lings. That's not enough. Wolfy, press the advantage. You need to start killing him now. Do not let that Zerg use the bank he has. Do not let him come back. And look at this. Even a cheeky, I assume that's for the neural parasite. And Wolfy took the time out to quite nicely, gently BM his opponent. blinks away from the drones and the broodlings. But that gold base is gone, but there's a ton of hatcheries left, and there's a ton more units coming out. Surfing Alien is not trying to remax on Broodlords. He's going Roach Hydra all the way. Wolfy's still a bit scared. He doesn't have his mothership. He did lose it during that engagement, and that could be a problem for him. But with just a Roach Hydra army, is it going to be enough to take down what Wolfy has? I don't think so. We see Psystorms going down on the Hydras. Hydra's absolutely melting under the force of this assault. I think Wolfy's gone and done it with one bone-crunching engagement. Wolfy has managed to storm his way out onto this map and absolutely trample this Zerg player's hopes of ever taking this game. This is absolutely incredible stuff here from our resident Betamaxx player. Surfing Alien trying to remax, but it's all Lings and Mutas, and, well, these up against Stalkers and Archons. Stalkers and Archons, a lot better than Lings and Mutas at winning engagements. So the Mutas are going to try and come in, and they're all going to die hideous, painful deaths. As we see Surfing Alien's supply continue to fall. Now the one thing saving him is this huge bank we talked about, but look how low his gas is running. He's at 500 gas. All these minerals mean nothing if all you can make is speedlings. Good Psystorms going down on top of the Mutas. The Mutas trying to do some damage, but the Stalkers actually just blink under them. They say, "Nuh-uh, we's gonna kill you." The Broodlord's trying to morph directly over Stalkers. Not the best place to do it. Forced to cancel before it dies. And Wolfy just continues to trample over his opponent, morphing in more stuff at home. He's got the mothership there as well. But he's just going to do it with this small army, making absolutely sure there's no crazy run by shenanigans or base trades. And honestly, I think he can do it with this army. Even if he doesn't, that secondary army can then move out and kill everything. But Wolfy's supply is rising, Surfing Aliens is falling. He's only able to build Speedlings and Roaches now, and that will not help him one bit. These big tech structures are going to start to go down in the main, and that's the real problem for Zerg. Once your main is lost, you lose all those tech structures. Even our force field going down on the ramp, no more Roaches can get in. Oh, brilliant stuff from Wolfy at the end of this game. Not letting his concentration slip for 1 second. Oh, I really like that. That shows some great game sense. Because why fight these when you can just walk into his main and kill all his stuff? Even the spawning pool going to fall now, and this Zerg player has to GG. He has to get the hell out of this game because he is not winning it. Not at all. Another Queen will fall. He's even going to take down the Spire, so there'll be no more Mutas. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. 2 more Spires going down, and a Hydra Stem being remade because he knows this one will fall. But honestly, he's just so far behind. It's 161 supply to less than 100. And this Hive will fall, the Hydrodem will fall, the Bathing Nest will fall, everything in the main will fall. And look at this, he's trying to run in with Roach Speedling, but guess what? There's High Templars everywhere just physically blocking the way while the Cannons and Archons do the damage and everything's cloaked, no Overseer. Surfing Alien leaves the game without a GG, and BTMXWolfy is victorious in the very last Wings of Liberty community cast. Congratulations to you, Wolfy, and big thanks to Team Betamaxx who allowed me to show these replays. So, that is us done with Community Cast now until the Heart of the Swarm release. But don't worry. If you want to see more from me, head over to twitch.tv/VoctorGaming or youtube.com/VoctorGaming to see more content from me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday night. Or, if you'd prefer, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday morning when you wake up. It's just there, waiting for you. Like a Christmas present, but 3 times a week. Isn't that exciting? Hell yeah, it is. Don't forget to check out www.sarcasmgaming.com. They are my wonderful, wonderful sponsors. They are incredibly supportive and they're also really good friends. Hope to see you around on the TeamSpeak and the forums in the future. Thank you.